Good evening. I am back. Why am I back at 7 p.m.? I'm back at 7 p.m. because robotics doesn't make any sense. So we're going to see if I can help fix that. Here were the current experiments. What is the best way of doing this? Let's see. Trying to think if we should just go to a harder problem. Let me look at a couple things. Let me just look at a couple things, right? We'll decide. Like this thing, you can understand why it's a pain, right? There's like the push T thing. Oh. This is... Wait. Only get to push? I see. Is that hard? That honestly seems worse. Hmm. Okay. Look at their baselines. We'll decide from there. Welcome, Twitch folks. Where did my chat go? Back under the camera. We're gonna hope that the stream is stable. Because, I don't know what the weather's doing outside. We've had, like, 3 different microbursts in the last 2 hours. Weather's kind of wonky around here. There's this. Okay. So, got pick cube. Got push cube. You can see this one is slightly harder, yes. And push T. Much, much longer. Stack cube. Even harder. Then where is it? Peg insertion. Even harder. Okay, I think... Why the heck would stack cube be hard? We'll start with push T. That is like a concerning gale outside, holy. I hope I don't lose my roof. I've got a lot of nice hardware in here. I'd like to keep my roof, please. think this is it, right? Push TV1. Alright. So, the hypothesis here is that hopefully our setup scales to higher task complexity better than theirs does, even though it's kind of difficult for us to like speed run the super simple tasks. That's the hope. We shall see. Why are we seeing all those successes at the start? Something is weird. Definitely weird. Yeah, our return graphs are not going to be comparable either. No, they'd actually show 0 success for quite a while. Something's very weird with these returns. The fact that we're getting like success probs on this. Wonky. Hey, if it works though, it'll work. Like if it works, it works. We'll see. Article is at 6.6K views. Whoop. Okay, we're starting to get like an actual curve. We're seeing it on return as well. Very weird how noisy it is. I really didn't mess with very much either. Maybe this is the Puffer Robotics arc, eh? How long does it take them to solve this task? Wall clock? Oh, they actually have it in like 5 minutes. Okay. Not that bad then. One looks like we could do it faster potentially. Oh, you know what? Actually, I do see here that they have a bunch of like screwy solve rates before it catches. Okay, that's not bad. So if this works, we can maybe do the peg insertion task. That cube has like a really stupid looking return curve. That could just be the reward function, to be fair. At least it's a good thing that we're actually like solving these tasks, right? Keep in mind, none of this stuff was set up for robotics. We don't even have that many M's with continuous action. The fact that we're kind of just like doing robotics out of the box is already pretty dang good. It'll get better with optimization, right? I could try to get 2048 to work locally in the meantime. Here. It's actually, we'll not do it on my local, we'll do it on Puffer Max. Okay, so this is 2048. This will run over here. And it looks like this is improving, yes? Yeah, we're getting somewhere. That's once. Probably we do just have to tune everything. So, I mean, here's an interesting question, right? How do we tune everything when it has to be multi-GPU like this? Like, I can't even run all the M's on one GPU. To be fair, we don't have to do this all at once, right? Technically, I can punt on this and just, like, say we'll get some mostly policies to start with. And then we come back once we have multi-GPU sweeps. That's a fine approach. Also, it looks like 2048 is working now. part. I think I set this to 40 mil, so I think we should be good for quite a bit. What's the speed? Oof, slow. 140k, 150k. Are they just like really sample efficient or something? Yeah, they just solved this in 20 mil, huh? There's something wrong if they're solving it in that many fewer steps, though. No. We would expect what? Naively 120 mil? Do we get it in 120 mil? It doesn't look like we're even going to do it in 120 mil, right? Because, like, that would be the naive worst case. Hey, that guy, welcome. We're doing some robotics. Their hypers are really screwy, though, right? Let me take a look at their hypers again. They probably just have, like, these absolutely cranked hypers. Looks like 2048 is solved as well. We'll go pull that policy in a second. Can do that now real quick. Welcome. Hey, boo-boo, we got a picnic basket. uh. Okay. 10 by 150. Not working super. You conquer robotics? I mean, we have some stuff working on robotics. Here's 2048. Although I was reading about OpenMP, parallel processing. shell and so you're just reading about everything in existence. Welcome, Georgie. Gonna get stuck here. Got 1024. Yeah, it's screwed up. Average run should get 2048 though. You have no, I do not have a CNC machine. Okay. I don't know how any of those things in that sentence go together either. Real life Rubik's Cube end. Where's my Rubik's Cube end, man? The Rubik's Cube end. I would be like ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, there's 1024. Very shiny objects. Oh, that's kind of interesting how it did that, right? It's got 1024, 512, 2256. Trying to stack 10. It's trying to stack in the corner. Not fully working, but oh yeah, there it goes. There's 2048. See that? It's got 2048. Text is not offset correctly. Welcome, Majid. Yes, again today. The work is never done. Okay, we need some colors and we need to fix that text. Go grab my color palette from here. Do Puffer Theme 2048. Probably. Printer. Right. I do read. What? Are you talking to me or Georgie? An iPhone is not $1.50 to build either. Not true. Literally, the components in their raw form cost more than that. One. That looks like vibe coding. If color picking is vibe coding, then sure. I'm not allowed to frickin'. I mean, I could technically go try to interpolate the thing. I'm just seeing if this gives me anything remotely decent. This doesn't look like it will. We'll see. The thing is, I don't know if this is actually going to be correct. You have to, like, not hue shift stuff. My M score becomes flat. Agent is still not learning. What env are you using and what score do you get? To give you an updated grid. I probably could do that, to be fair. I guess I don't like copying things from the LLM because it always messes with other things. But yes, I could totally have just done that just with this one piece. Pong, let me give details. Yeah, Pong literally learns in 3 seconds, so. I think the demo, no, the demo shouldn't be spotty for that one. It should be very consistent. I know it doesn't log as frequently as I would like, but that's the only thing weird with it. Because it doesn't output enough logs. Oh, look, it didn't give me enough colors. It literally didn't give me enough colors. uh... Just for now. 10-minute expert policy, verse 52. Posted on X. Let me go grab that. Wow, it doesn't even show me your post, man. That's sad. Holy crap. I've literally never seen that in my life. Horizontal lightning. Like freaking, like sawtooth wave. Holy. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that could happen. Jeez. Our whole code base is yeah, you don't do that in Pufferlib. You don't copy and paste the code for it. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that in Pufferlib. We get very mad. Alright, I mean, this is like a decent policy, but like, it kind of took forever. It does solve. What's the next hardest one? Peg insertion side. Or stack cube. We'll try stack cube. Finish 2058 while this trains. Oh, I already added it. Oops. Screenshot Discord DM or Discord. Hang on. Oh, gotta download the new Discord update manually. 1 second. Copying the entirety of GitHub on Pufferlib. Commit. Wait. Copying the entirety? Oh, you're joking. Yeah, no. Stupid PRs will be rejected and you will be flamed. Now, where did you post this into Discord? Yeah. There's something in here? Oh. It stops learning because the task is solved. I don't know what to tell you. Like, the training curve flattens out because the task is solved. It says performance is 1, score is 20. You're just not loading it correctly if you're not seeing it playing the game. Agent not able to play well. Are you loading the model? Like eval, load model path, latest? I will do it for you just to show you. Just give me a second. I will show you this thing learning. Tried with name path. Here, puffer, train, puffer, pong. Okay, it's trained. That's how long it took. It plays perfectly. Did you not realize what paddle it is? Like, you are the blue one. This works for you as well. So what doesn't work? What environment doesn't work? Loading by name? Blue always lose? No, blue is winning. It's 0 to 9. Blue has scored 10 points. I can see it winning as well. So yours always blue loses? Environment inside. I don't know. Well, the thing is, it's possible that there is like a platform specific loading bug though, right? Yeah, you can jump in the voice. That's always a thing you can do. Be in here. Yeah, these colors do not work. We'll need to get some better colors picked. 4 works nicely. I bet. Always working. Let me see. You need better colors. That's not what I wanted to Google. Jeez. Sorry about that. This is the yeah, it's just like a hue thing. Does the original go through multiple color shades? I don't think so, right? It's just like it goes from like white to does it just go from like white to a color? There's no vibe coding here, man. I don't know what you're on about. Even like the new programmers around here will do stuff correctly. Colorless, but X filtered it. Of course. Well, I'm looking at this here, and I'm seeing it's like one shade, isn't it? Does it just go to like red with 2048, or does it go through multiple shades?
Oh,
Hey, how's it going?
good. How are you?
I'm alright. Working on a few different things.
I'm waiting for you today, but for some reason you're being fast late.
Your voice is like super warped. Can't really understand what you're saying. Like the microphone.
Let me see. Is now good?
That's a bit better.
Yeah. So today I think I was waiting for you the morning, but looks like you start late today. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I had to write that article.
Yeah. Now you told that. So basically, what I am facing, so I try sweep for Pong, to go through all the things, but when it's kind of training one by one, and every time it go at top and flat the curve, but when I try to load, it's kind of looks like it's not lining because most of the time blue loses. But when I execute your command, like puffer lib train, um, you know environment and things. So that's when it's kind of actually learning and learning pretty fast.
Well, Sweep is going to get you. Sweep is going to run a whole bunch of experiments. And then the idea is that you go grab the optimal hyperparameters from the specific experiment that you want, right?
Mhm.
Like if you just load random experiments from the sweep, they may or may not be any good. Because the sweep, not every experiment in the sweep is going to work well. That's the point of it, right? Is that it tries a whole bunch of different things. If you just go like load some random stuff from the sweep, may or may not be good.
Mhm. But the one it reaches the maximum and flatten out, that should work. right?
Yes, but then how did you go get that policy? You like go find like the name in Neptune and then the name locally, or what did you do?
I find the name locally and trying to run, but it's not working.
And it shows as one. Does it show as like that experiment that you loaded shows as one? Like perf is one.
Uh, can you repeat again what
The
it should
experiment that
show
you
on?
load for the experiment that you loaded, in the sweep, does it show as having performance one?
Let me check because I didn't know that. What's the
So I mean, there are a few different
like
metrics you can look at there, right? Like there's a score metric. The score metric is going to be different for every game or every environment.
right?
There's a lot of the
Mhm,
environments have a perf metric, which we do to try to make your life easier. We try to add a 0
mhm.
to 1 normalized indicator of performance. You just know that like 1 is good, 0 is bad, right? We try to make it very easy in that way. So for Pong, 1 means you're getting all the points, right? And in the case of Pong, like the maximum score is 20, the maximum perf is 1. These two things mean the same thing.
Can I share my screen to get
Yep.
understanding better? Let me share my screen. I tell a permission.
What?
Uh, I, so I'm using Mac, so it's I don't have permission. Let me give it.
There are no permission
to-
settings in Discord that I have to give you to be able to.
No, no, it's on Mac actually. Uh, it's very painful when you try to use new application. You have to give all the permission.
Oh yeah,
It's-
the operating system.
yeah. So you can see my screen.
Second. Um,
Yeah, I think you can see now. Yeah.
okay.
So so the Learn 15 is the one that I executed with your command, like with buffer CLI,
Hang on.
and it is actually pretty good. It's the best um
Hang on.
settings, I would say.
I'm looking at these. So I see. Almost all of those look like they work.
Yeah. Let's say yeah, so 15 is I know it's working
Yep.
because it's using the CLI. But let's say second one. Like
Okay.
this is also good, right?
It
So
looks like it. Yes.
yeah, if I try, so I'm still using the sweep to test it out, like the one running now. Yeah, is it run? And I think 16 also kind of it's flattened out.
Well, it's trained. It looks like I can't tell exactly.
Let
It
me
looks like
give.
that's a solved run.
Mhm. So let me try opening it.
Okay.
This is different. Uh, it's experiments and Learn 16. I'm it's IDE guy, so maybe you don't like it, but yeah.
You're allowed to use an I don't care if people use an IDE. That's fine as long as they don't submit the garbage AI generated code.
So if I hit enter, oops, isn't it? Lars. Oh, it's not completed yet because
There's a model in
there's
there you
another
could
file.
load.
This one
Yeah.
is
You can just copy the path.
wow.
Something's changed. Something has changed between those two. Like, I don't know if that's not a model for the same environment or something.
Hmm.
You're using an LSTM, right?
About the okay, I think now it will run because it just finished. So I didn't use anything custom. I just ran the command mentioned on the
Yeah.
docs. If I hit right now, it would work. Oh, really?
Let's see. 690
Mhm.
shape of the current
Oh,
model.
it's a snake.
You're running Snake, yeah.
It's my mistake. Oh, yeah. See?
For some reason, oh yeah, it's super slow for me. I get.
Yeah. So us
Wait,
out of
what?
16.
Well, why am I not
That's
seeing?
what I'm saying.
Are you seeing it play? Or are you getting like one frame every like 10 seconds?
I have no idea. Like,
Oh, now it's doing so.
uh,
Hang on.
mhm.
Uh,
Like red is 11 and blue is 0.
oh, okay. Is there a frame skip parameter difference? So when you ran sweep, part of the sweep is the
Mhm.
frame skip.
I didn't do any sort of
Yeah, but
any
it'll do it
changes.
for you. So if you look at your config, okay, if you look at the Pong
Right
config, you know where that is?
here. 16.
No, well, actually, yes, you can look at that first. So go to 16.
Mhm.
That'll work. And now
Frame
look for
skip.
frame skip.
Frame skip 4. Oh
Or
no, it's 2. The 16,
16.
yeah, 4.
Okay, 4.
Mhm.
Now if you go into uh well, I guess you can just, if you're doing it from CLI, you can just do dash dash m dot frame skip 4 and you load the policy and see what happens. Any order.
Okay. Frame
It's got
skip.
to be env dot frame skip.
Dash skip.
Frame skip 4.
4.
That does.
Mm. I think, yeah, that's the.
There you
Now
go.
it's aggressive.
There you go. So literally all that happened here, right, is that you got this sweep,
Mhm.
and the sweep includes parameters of the environment, and then you didn't apply them. You tried to evaluate a model in a completely different setting from what it was trained for.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So this is good to know.
That's all.
So I didn't know that.
So, some of the
Thank
environments
you.
have parameters like this, right? Where like there's a part of the
Mhm.
environment configuration itself that is a part of the search. And you just essentially have to be careful to look at your config parameters and make sure that you're actually evaluating in the same setting. And it'll be pretty obvious, right? Like stuff like this, you'll see that it will not work. And obviously, you haven't really done much in Puffer, so you would not know this, right?
Right.
But things in Puffer generally work, and they work very, very well. But when they're not working,
I
usually there's
was,
some gap.
Mhm. Yeah, gap of learning.
Yep.
So no, I'm actually pretty impressed with Puffer, to be
There you go.
honest, because so for RLib, it was pretty hard, if I compare 100 times, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
it's
I mean,
Puffer
this
is like pretty easy and fast.
man, I suffered through RLib for like years in part of my PhD. Like, there's a reason that we have stuff built the way that it is, right? And
Mhm.
it's built from there was a lot of pain and suffering that was gone through in order to make all this stuff work the way it is.
Oh, it's yeah. I was pretty impressed, to be honest. Yeah, I cannot think like my learning rate is kind of exponential right now because everything is working and I'm confident.
Well, I
So
mean, you'll have
yeah.
to get deeper into stuff at some point, right? But hey, there are a lot of
Of course,
helpful.
yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
learning and it's kind of a noob in this space, but yeah.
we have lots of new
But
people around in the
I'll
Discord
probably
as well.
I'll catch up. Like I know a few member on Discord. They're pretty advanced, but yeah, I'll try to catch up them.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Of course, of course. I literally every day. So I got notification when you get into live. So I
I try
today,
to stream as much. I try to stream as much as I can. I also have other work that I have to handle outside of just the live stream. So sometimes I get delayed, but yeah,
Mm,
generally this is what I do.
yeah. No, it's pretty good, and it will be a pretty big platform one day. I wish.
I hope so.
Right? No,
All right. Well,
thank you,
thank you.
Seth.
Yep. Bye. All right, that's cool. And yeah, thank you for the reminder, Bet. Folks, do star the repository. It's free. It helps me out a lot. Star the puffer. Stars. We're about to get this environment that was added by a new contributor onto the website, hopefully quite soon here. Fortunately, this didn't work. But, all right. The job. I try. I do what I can. Okay, we're going to see right here whether this cleans up the nice graphics for us. Okay, what do we think about this for the environment? What's the goal? It's 2048. The name of the game is 2048. The goal is to make 2048. Numbers are not like centered reasonably, I think. Original Ocean. Measure text EX. You reduce the animation. Reduce the animation so the image doesn't suffer. What do you reduce what animation? There isn't any animation. Oh, the speed? Yeah, the speed's gonna be slower than that, don't worry. That's just what happens when you run it through like eval at max speed. I'll let somebody else decide to like clean this up a little bit more, but is this a basic neural net? If this is a basic neural net, we can like port this thing to C and have this on the website in 10 minutes. Not really. Wait. Oh, it's just a CNN. Not even one-hotted. Like a basic CNN. I think we can probably do that relatively quickly then. That shouldn't be that hard. What we're gonna do here we're gonna export this model. Okay, this is fine. I thought it was 5 million params and I was gonna be mad. Totally fine. So we're exporting these weights into a binary format. We can load them from C. How to get to a level so one can create such a large research project alone. Alone, like create Pufferlib alone, I've been doing this since I was 16. And really not all that much else. How can I contribute if I'm not advanced as you? That is absolutely something you can know. So, on puffer.ai, we have a quick start guide for beginners on the blog. This covers a lot of the basics and the intuition. And then pretty much what we suggest all newcomers do is go to the docs and follow this tutorial to write a basic environment. That will give you a lot of the intuitions. This is, yeah, so pretty much it's just like come up with an interesting environment, something that you can do in a few hundred lines of code max, and implement it. You have plenty of examples on the website, right? You have plenty of examples here of things people have built. You know, it's actually kind of funny. If you're a creative, sometimes you can come up with simple things that look really cool. Like Tetris. Tetris is a pretty simple game, but look how awesome this is to watch. This is like mesmerizing. Isn't this thing cool to watch? There you go. Also, like, I made this thing. This thing was really simple to make. This is really cool to watch. And then we have environments that are like, you know, useful in various ways for research. We had a couple of students make this. This is really awesome. This is a drone flying env. This is like a more math heavy thing. But engineering wise is not particularly crazy if you know the math. Lots of things to do. Which recent project on the pup are you expecting to hear a feedback on? Or, well, I wouldn't like. What recent project are you expecting to hear feedback on? Um, I mean, I'm not gonna like tell you to do the same thing as somebody else is already working on, right? So yeah, I have to say I've been playing with it for the last couple of days. Let me think of like some good stuff. There's several environments that people are still developing at the moment. I don't have like like an infinite list of just cool things in my head, right? It has nothing to do with reinforcement learning to like come up with like a cool thing that you think would be interesting to do. Like, let me think. If I could like think of like a basic thing for somebody new right now, what would I think of? I mean, I don't know, man. Like, some of the most simple things are not going to be as interesting to look at. So usually, honestly, the best thing for new people is to pick like a simple arcade game. Like, pick one of the easier to implement Atari games. There are like so many of them. Like, or one of like the classic arcade games, or something of that form. Like, pick one of the easier ones and do that. Like, that's usually a good call. If you have other suggestions, that's good as well. Double cart pole. Like double pendulum cart pole, that's going to actually be too hard for them. You actually need to know physics to get the math right. I'm in love with RL in chemistry. Actually, that is a key thing that we're interested in right now. Like, real world applications of RL, if you have domain knowledge in another area like chem and you see an opportunity for a sim, that is like top tier. Most people don't have that. So if you actually see something you can do in chem, like go at it. That's awesome. I have lots of other domain knowledge. Bet you know that we've been trying to do more industry stuff for a long time. And you know I've been watching like random chem and physics stuff like compulsively for the last few weeks. Where can we find Raylib Atari games? On the website and also in Pufferlib. You know, we got Breakout, we got Pong, we got Pac-Man, Freeway, Tetris, Enduro. We train an RL agent to learn how to talk to women. Dude, that's a much easier problem. Like, you don't even need RL for that, alright? Thanks, Lotna definitely will. Don't have a supervisor here and people can correct me in my Chem plus RL. You do, though, because just join the Discord. Like, there are a ton of people on there who have, like, gone through intro RL stuff through Pufferlib, who will be more than happy to help you. And I'm also, like, I stream for some ungodly number of hours per week. My policy has gone through catastrophic forgetting and not recovering for that. You gotta fix that, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's not that hard. Don't be a doofus. Raylib, Flappy Bird, Flappy Puff. Yeah, that's a basic environment somebody can make. That should be super easy as a starter project. Swimmy Fish, exactly. That's an awesome name. Good job. Yeah, call it Swimmy Fish. Just don't LLM. Yes. If you just generate the entire env with an LLM and ask me to review it, I'm gonna be mad because don't ask me to spend my time reviewing code that you haven't actually put any effort into learning anything out. Right? Like ultimately the point of reviewing really simple M's where like, you know, we don't mind PRing really simple M's. They're cool. But ultimately the point is that hopefully we have people learn something and go on to like build bigger things that are really going to help with research, right? You actually have to learn from that. That doesn't mean you can't use LLMs for anything. You see that like I have autocomplete in here, right? Like if I do like this, I have autocomplete. But if I'm like, if you're auto-completing like this much code at a time, you're doing something wrong because you're not learning shit, especially if you're new. That's the one thing that pisses me off because we've had like multiple week-long bugs introduced by people like submitting LLM garbage. That will get you flamed a lot. I can't quite do a Torvalds level rant, but I will aspire to do my best. God. You be open to discussing RL plus chem papers? Yeah, you don't need to create a new channel. You can just post stuff. I don't like making tons of channels because, like, what ends up happening is like, oh no, the one channel's too disorganized. Let's make another one. And then you just end up with 2 disorganized channels. Might have trouble? No, but we are very interested in chem. Like, we are very, very interested in chem. Chem and, like, material science stuff, especially. I actually really want to figure out ways to do, like, actual industry-grade sims in these areas. And I've actually been slowly studying chemistry and a few other related areas on my own off-stream. Like, absolutely. In fact, that's like literally probably the most valuable thing is if you are actually if you actually do have good domain knowledge in another area of science and you can find a way to bring RL into it. That's like, I mean, that's like how you can help us like actually. I mean, that's how you get involved with like even the business side of Puffer, frankly, because that's exactly the type of stuff we're looking to do. This offer is open to you as well, Bet. Like, generally, the way Puffer works, it's not VC funded, right? This is bootstrapped. So if you want to be involved with like the business side of Puffer, which is a mix of like fundamental RL research and like solving actual problems in industry, like opening up doors in industry for things that we can build really awesome sims and apply RL to is how you do that. Let me join your channel. It's public, man. Discord.gg/puffer. Are interested on Fed contracts. I mean, we're interested in government contracts. There are a couple areas where that makes more sense than others. We're definitely open to that type of stuff. It's ultimately just about like finding different areas in the real world where we can apply RL, and then of course that funds all the cool research that we do. Like, machines aren't cheap. DoD, yeah, I mean we have a couple things we're working on that could very easily turn into DoD contracts. We don't have any at the moment. Any DoD contract specifically. We have other contracts. That's tomorrow. Sure. Yeah, send me a DM if you have like contacts or you have like ideas. We have a few avenues we're pursuing at the moment. Small molecule mechanistic pathway predictions. That's totally spot on. Like, no, that's good, man. Like, any sort of small molecule sims are going to be a really good match with RL. The bigger the molecules get, likely the more computationally inefficient it's going to be and the harder it's going to be to RL. So, like, literally, we are looking for areas in chem and material, like, in basically any of the, like, actual hard sciences, right? We're looking for areas where we can build sims and solve actually useful problems. like the main thing we do, really. Have you managed to look up the OMO 25? Now data is no problem. CompCam research. Cool. Million density. Functional recalculate. Few hours of compute. Interesting. So yeah, the trick is figuring out how to leverage the existing data because, like, in reinforcement learning, right? Typically, the whole shtick is that your data comes from a sim, and if you can build a fast sim for something, you can probably reinforcement learn it. And then the question is basically, how high fidelity does your sim have to be in order for you to actually solve the thing you care about? Did you see? I don't know if you saw the article I published today. I publish articles on X, just the main spot I distribute stuff. But we did RL on a petabyte of data, and that petabyte of data just came from Sim. This is like one of the recent things we did. The Orca stats? What is that? What are the Orca stats? I don't know what that means. High performance quantum chemistry programming pack. That sounds awesome. 20 to 30 atoms and elements. Okay, this is really cool. Huh. Oh, this is from Fair. This is very cool. I've actually been it's quantum. I've been studying quantum I've been studying basic quantum as well. Like a third of the way through the first MIT course in quantum. A lot of math. Six billion CPU hours is some crazy amount of compute. Orca's website stats. What Orca am I looking at? I don't know what that is. This? Academic and personal. Orca's website stats. Yeah, you can feel free to link them in the Discord. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't have background in this area. can see the data set properties. Okay, 1 second. Okay. I should not lose internet, we'll see, but just FYI, there's like a crazy lightning storm outside. Quantum chemical data sets. Very cool. Yeah, man, this is like the exact type of stuff I'm interested in. Access on Hugging. Yeah, is that just like some SBIR? Unless you have background on like actually completing those, they don't exactly just work like whoever the hell applies for them and gets them. They're very often earmarked. It's not like, it's really not like an open, fair market on those. They're planning to submit this. Oh, if you work in this space and you've secured a bunch of contracts previously, that's a different story. A lot of contracts. Then yeah, there's possibly a business opportunity there because like I know a bunch of different groups that have basically done similar SBIRs in these area, but they don't get phase 2 or phase 3, right? Because they don't have the technical background. So that is something that we could actually assist with. Was this PMC? Looks like not just military, but private contracting nonetheless, yeah. Cool. Yeah, man, DM me. If we do have other viewers in industry, that same thing kind of goes, right? I stream all this work. It's all free. You're free to use Pufferlib in whatever capacity you want, personal, academic, or commercial. But if you really want to like get the best that we can provide in RL, we do have services available. Okay, so these have to be copied. I figured I would just like get this policy onto the website tonight if I can. Which thread do I share? General's good. I try to keep dev slightly cleaner for like updates, but of course nobody respects that. Thing really need a conf. What's your plan for 4th of July? I don't really have one. I think my family's gonna be happens to be in the area though, so I don't know. We'll probably do something. Reminding me. I did not finish my sets for today. Getting late. 1 second. Get my deadlifts in. Freaking grip is harder than the lift. Coming to DC? Nah. Wasn't planning on it. DC is probably a madhouse on the 4th of July, no? I like my peace and quiet when I can get it. We'll see if this solves the environment, but so far this is like at least doing something. Kind of interesting, the pace at which this thing learns. This could actually be a reasonably good benchmark environment. Because, like, it's very fast, and it seems like it actually takes a decent number of steps to learn. See, it's stuff like this where it's like, people just make random environments, and, like, some of them end up just being really useful for research. Like, the fact that this actually seems learnable with a very simple policy, but it takes a very long time is just fundamentally interesting, right? Hello to all the YouTube and Twitch folks. Very popular stream day, it seems. I am trying to be more consistently live every day. Well, except Sundays. I take Sunday off for the most part. It does look like this is not quite gonna get there, though, huh? 1400. If I just run this for 4 billion, will it just solve? Or 5 billion? If I just run this for like 5 billion steps. That would be useful because it would still go on the website and it would give us like a thing to work off of. So 1482 by default. Let's do puffer export. Okay, we'll export this. Posted in the general? Okay. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Let me use the restroom, and I will come check out all the things. And also try to get this on the website tonight if I can. Okay. Let's see what chemistry we have to look at. I'm the Chem plus RL guy. Welcome. First is a transformer model using RL to predict mechanism of reactions. Yeah, supervised stuff. Comp Chem research using symmetric gradient domain ML. Any model, again, Comp Chem with 13 million data points. So the thing that I'm wondering about, and I will look at these references, that'll take me a while. The thing I'm wondering, Aaron, is has anybody tried to do like RL in the loop of a sim with Comp Chem? Now I know that a lot of the sims are very, very slow, but I'm wondering like to what extent that you make useful fast sims that would tell you enough to actually be able to like RL something, right? That's kind of the name of the game in RL is can you make a fast sim? And I would think for at least certain aspects of chemistry you should be able to. Like stuff like this. Was this MIT? Cool. Oh, and these are nicely annotated for me. Perfect. Yeah, I will have to read through these when I'm fresh, though. I've kind of been going, like, all day. I add things to my reading list to read when I'm, like, actually have brain cells to spare. Okay, we will leave this guy on the other monitor, and hopefully it'll solve. Meantime, this stuff. So sometimes what they do is they create a neural net for each atom to simulate the env, change around them in MD. Yeah, I've been talking to people that want to go that route as well. I'm always pretty hesitant to like replace the sim with a neural net. Like, is it possible? Yeah, maybe. I kind of wonder if we can just do like a fast sim and RL it. What I should look for in molecular sims with RL. So look, generally, reinforcement learning is an interaction process, right? You control some aspect via some action space. You have something that can take ends, whether that's steering a molecule or like making edits to a specific thing or something, right? And then there's like an outcome that you're trying to maximize in some way. And it can be pretty loose. And ideally, we want areas where we can like simulate stuff fast. So stuff where like maybe we just have to like do some sort of pretty basic sim that only has a few atoms, like small molecules, that doesn't need to be like at the fidelity of Orca or something. I don't know. I'm pretty new to this area. But generally when you see problems where like you need tons of data and you can make a fast sim and there's some element of interaction, RL is a good fit. And that's what we're looking for. can just build Raylib 5. Pretty much. I think we use 5.5 though. Only thing. Yeah, 2048 crashed with NAMs. That's unfortunate. Great, we'll research it and tell you about it. Because in CompChem they use DFT and visualize results in Avogadro. So yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, so I'm not familiar with any of the the standard CompChem suites, right? I can learn about stuff. But ideally we're looking for stuff where we can maybe we leverage some low level stuff, right? Maybe we're not writing our own FFTs and stuff. But ideally we can kind of make our own sim and tailor it to RL. So we can make it super fast for the RL case. Because the vast majority of simulation software out there is just not built with RL in mind. We're also pretty good at writing fast sims, for reference. If it's going to be something where it's ludicrously well optimized, then no. But very often we're pretty dang good at making stuff fast. I don't think this is just spamming numbers, right? This looks correct to me. Yeah, this is a decent model. It's not as good as the other one, though. Holy lightning. I don't know if the camera just showed that flash, but, holy. Debunked my life idea to use Unity for RL. They do actually have an ML agents thing. It's just not very good. Yeah, I don't know how you got that, Georgie, because we are definitely... The one we're giving you is definitely 5.5. At a slower FPS... We'll fix the FPS right now. One sec. Let me fix the FPS right now. Yeah, the thing is, if I set the FPS that low, it's not responsive. So what we'll do is we'll set this to 30. Older checkout. You should at least have Pufferlip 3.0. 3.0 is the latest official release. Okay, I fixed the speed. This feels responsive now. This feels good. This is our training run that we have here. I kind of want to set up a cool sweep for this thing. It's cool how we like learn more things all the time from all these different M's. this off. Yeah. Let's just see what this does, you know? I'm down. Let's just see what this does. Thunderstorms are nuts. Send Spencer a message. Ah, look at this. You see? We actually have, this is solving the game. 2.2 billion steps. I wonder if it's stable. I'm gonna leave this. I'm leaving this in the background. This will run overnight. Chem stuff's a big I don't know. Well, not chem stuff. I mean, the robotic stuff is a big I don't know. There are a lot of big I don't knows. We'll let this finish, and then if this does well, we can just put this on the website, which will be sweet. That'll be the thing for today. Now, what do we do about the robotics, man? We have a good way to sweep it. Yeah, that's kind of screwed. Can punt a little bit there. Check a couple messages. Side. MMO 3, maybe? There's really not much I can do. Technically, I could run PSGD. If I do that real quick, I may as well set that up. Go find the old version of this. Phase download what? Holy thunder, man. ESG cron. I don't know, man. Can I just do this? For each ESGD cron. It says no betas. Unexpected. Where is this? Beta. Okay. It doesn't need an epsilon either, I guess. Okay, so this is knowing that they just don't have the thing working. Go message the optimizer people. This is better than 2048. This end right here. Kind of cool, right? Actually, this is done really well. That's almost certainly better at the game than I am. I'm actually interested to see what this learning curve looks like. That's a pretty good learning curve, yeah? That's actually a really useful environment. I mean, I guess we'll see once I sweep it. Right? It's possible that, like, I did see something that looked kind of like an error. No, it looks like it actually does just take a while to train. Interesting. Well, we'll get this onto the website tonight. Any night owls? Nope. No, I can just kind of run something. Try this. So we'll leave that be. And now this is almost done, and we will take our shiny new 2048 policy. We'll deploy this, we'll put this on the website, and y'all will be able to play with it before I go to sleep tonight. How does that sound? Oh, hey, Tim. Georgie, I never know what the hell you're saying. It's like, it's funny because, like, sometimes you make sense and I understand, like, you actually know technical things. And then sometimes it's like, what on earth are you doing, man? Like, I could not come up with that sentence if I tried. Let me actually just put this in the chat. Who did 2048? Python Anaconda on Windows. That's what I meant to say. Doesn't look like it. He's talking about G-zipping tacos, man. Alright, here's our new env. This could use an animation, to be fair, like a swipe animation. The funny thing is, like, Georgie's actually sent me, like, 3D models, and he's, like, actually helped me with, like, some basic, like, modeling software stuff. So, I don't know. I had no idea. There are a couple regular viewers who I suspect are actually LLMs. Georgie's not one of them. I just something's up. I don't know. Fade in and out. Huh. Look, for all I know, this is like come home for the evening, drop a bunch of acid, and watch tech streams, right? That would explain it. For all I know. Whatever. Welcome to the stream, man. I hope you enjoy. They needed help from my seekings. See, that was clever. Yeah. Yeah, he's chill, right? Huh? Scripts build ocean. Web. Okay, here comes our web deployment. So literally all I do is I export this thing to WebAssembly. We also need a screening. So I'll let this do this and then I'll get a screenshot. See, that sentence I have no idea. No idea at all. Why don't you use WebGL? It can do OpenGL. The thing that matters is WebAssembly. It is GLSL. It's OpenGL like 1 or whatever for the rendering on this. Well, for shaders. The thing that matters is that the sim code is in C. It's that like the thing that matters is the sim code is in C. The rendering is cheap. It's like whatever the hell what backend Mscripten is using. I don't know. Some OpenGL. We'll put this like after Pac-Man maybe. Actually, who did 2048? I have to credit them. Was it Wooden? I'll have to double check. Let me go look who made this. Oh, Yannick. I need to know the width and height of this. Almost on the website. 4 minutes. 400 by 450. Like right around here. I should probably test this, right? I do not see 2048. Which Linux distro are you using? Just Ubuntu? How's it going, Nat? Welcome to the stream. You almost have 2048 on the website with a nicely trained agent. Why isn't this showing up? Weird, this doesn't usually happen. Huh. George, you stop spamming. Like, what are you doing, man? Oh, what are you doing? I got no idea what you're doing. That you're just saying things. You're just saying things to say things. None of that makes any sense. What are you doing? Okay, so for some reason, I don't know why this is not loading. I see the thumbnail. Oh. It just can't be labeled as a number. Okay. 2048. Okay, as a preview, this is pretty good as a preview, yeah? Okay, whatever. Weird merge. Don't know what happened there. What are you doing today? I just joined. Well, given that it's 9:30, you're joining at the last bit at the end here. Today I was working on getting Pufferlib training on several different robotics environments. I published this article, which, if you're looking for some new content around here, this is a pretty good short read. This is on our 640 billion observation neural MMO training run and how you can do that. And then just now I got 2048 from a contributor. I fixed it up. I got it running nicely. I ported the network to C, and now it is on the website. Well, I think it's on the website. Let's see if it's synced yet. Yep, there it is. It's on the website. So if I hold shift, I should be able to play. Hang on. Oh, why can't I play? Oh, this is annoying. I can't actually play. You figure that out. The model can play, but I can't, which is annoying. I can play it on my local just fine. Something is weird's happening here. Where's my site? Yeah, I can't. And I can't play it. I don't know why. If I take my finger off, it plays it. Oh, I see. That's guys, you gotta copy. You gotta like stick to the template, man. Can't be doing silly shit like this. And now we have the lovely problem of not actually knowing whether just isn't reloading or it's still not working. Seem to still not be working, which would be very, very odd. Really? Are we sure that this is what's happening? Hmm. Super weird. I gotta go to bed soon. Oh. The build's broken, that's why. Okay. Messaging me. How does it still not work, man? Like, I'm seeing that this plays locally. Like, I'm gonna be very annoyed if this is just some dumb caching thing. Doesn't seem to be some dumb caching thing, though, right? I actually don't know why this can't be played. Let me just look one last time and then I'm going to bed. No, I can't see anything. Okay, main. Hang on, how is this even compiling? Okay. I see. I don't know why this is. Okay. I'm gonna send a quick message. Yannick on the Discord. All right. So we've got a sweep going on 2048, and we'll be back tomorrow. Maybe more robotics, maybe drone stuff. We shall see. Yeah, the robotic stuff is like it's working. I don't know what we can really do. I think we're gonna just have to we're gonna have to pace the robotic stuff because I got other things to do and the robotics is just really slow. But yeah, okay. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. If you're interested in all of this stuff, it is all on puffer.ai. Now complete with brand new environment that we just got online today. With a pretty dang good agent that plays in your browser. If you want to help me out for free, start the GitHub right here. Really helps us out. You can see the little uptick since 3.0 just a little bit. We definitely want to see some growth here. And then if you want to get involved with Dev Discord, and then other than that, follow me on X for more reinforcement learning content where I post a bunch of articles, some of which you can't find anywhere else. Thanks, folks, and back in the morning.